T.B.Photo X1.5 to FX, and welcome back to another video. Well, this is part 2 of the Mamiya with Flash series, and I'm thinking this is gonna be a little bit, first we're gonna load the camera, and then I'm gonna go over on my cheat sheet what type of shoot we'll try to do, and then we might cut to doing the actual shoot, and I'll film it with the D7200 and we'll see what we get, yeah? And then in the next video it's gonna be the developed pictures. But anyway, let's start, shall we? And I will start you. There we go. I have the little Panasonic hello over here, so I'm gonna film it with the action cam when I'm actually putting film into this camera. Okay, so we have the Mamiya D7200, and we're gonna load it with film. As stated, we're gonna use the Lomography 100 ISO color negative film. It comes in a pack of 3s, and there we have the roll of film. Let's see here. There we go. And yeah, we're gonna see here how we're gonna do it. Then take the camera. I think you've seen this on many times on YouTube. The magazine, the camera we can just place here for the time being. And as you can see with this, I'm going to show it down here because it's in the viewfinder, but as you can see, you have the dock slide in, you open, as you can see here, press this little button out, and press this, we'll open the back, and there we go. I want to see there, so I'm in the, yep. We take out the insert, there we go. And we need to transfer this roll, those tabs as such, and we transfer this to the take up side, make sure that it's good in like so. Yeah, there is no crud on the table. There we go. And then we open this. There we go. Stay on. Yep. And you can see we have these generic rolls of film. There we go. You have a little tab here that you open, you know, you stick it like that. It's a little bit of a fiddly job, this, but anyway, let's see. There we go. Then you try to place. Come on. You place it there. Close this. See, it says start right there. Basically pull this over. In this little slit here. Let's see what we can do. Yep. Pull it through. As you can see, it should be like that, and I usually pull it like this a little bit, but then you just see it says start here. Come on, don't be so naughty. Start, and just so that this arrow band lines up with the start sign, so something, yeah, something like that. Then you can just see that the 220 logo is up. You put it back into the magazine holder like that, close it, and now we go back to the camera. Just, oh yeah, one thing before we continue. Yeah, on the camera back, or the film back, you have the ISO dial actually, and this is 100 film, so I want to see this. Come on. Anyway, you just push this down so that the 100 is with the little dot here, as you can see. And just put it in this on start. And now, as you can see up in this little window, we have a number 1, which means we are on our first exposure. So now this camera is loaded with film and it is ready. So there we go. Now we can say goodbye to that little thing. So stop the recording and I shut you off. The thing is that this little thing, that little Panasonic camera, it drains batteries extremely quickly. That's the only negative with it, but I know there's a battery pack that you can get for it as an optional extra. But anyway, now we're gonna do a little bit of a jump, and I will tell you about the different types of exposures, or the different types of photo that I think we're gonna try to make. So, be right back. And we are back. Well, I have on my cheat sheet here a number of different flash setups that we thought that we might do. And before I'm going any further, there is one book that I would really recommend for anybody who is out in flash photography. It might not just be for digital or film, it can be used for both, because lighting, a lot of photographers, if you look on YouTube, they all say the same thing. If you control your light, you control more of your photography. But anyway, this is the one. It's a book by Christopher Gray, and I don't know if it's 50 Shades or whatever. But anyway, this book is something that I would really recommend to anyone who is into flash. For instance, it shows you a little bit about. Let's see what we can do here. This book I would really recommend to anybody who is into flash photography. It goes through a lot of different types of ideas and theories when it comes to flash. It goes through everything from, how to start with a speed light and all types of different flash modifiers, and how different types of portraits can be lit, and how you can set up a basic to a fairly advanced setup. Backdrops, how to blow out backdrops, how to do hair lighting, all of it. So I would really recommend that book. It's a really good one. It's Christopher Gray. It's a Master Lighting Guide for portrait photography, for digital and film photographers. Well, anyway, let's continue, shall we? Go so. Anyway, well, first of all, I think we're gonna just do a simple still life. We're gonna use a strobe. We're gonna use that on side projection, maybe a PC port flash test with a shepherd set at 1/60th of a second, and we'll see what aperture that will give us. And we might do some. Well, I think we're gonna do fruit still life this time, and to make some flash modifiers, we might use some arts and crafts paper. Anyway. This is kind of the setup. This is kind of the setup we're going for at the moment. Just this black arts and crafts paper that is held in place with one little weight here. This is from some old weightlifting equipment that you had lying around in the garage. Yeah, arts and crafts paper, black. Some fruit, just a couple of bananas and apples. And this paper is held in place by Scotch tape. And yeah, that's one of the handyman's special, really. Scotch tape and ingenuity. Or as we say in Sweden, bondförnuft, farmer's know-how. But anyway, you can see here now, and we have the little cable to the flash unit, and also there I've gone off script a little bit. There is a little bit of a little bundle of flash modifying equipment that you can buy online. It's very inexpensive on eBay, and I've taken the liberty of using some of it in this photo shoot, because I realized that the strobe as itself, that would do too harsh of a lighting. And honestly, when you do these, when people did these types of photo shoots before, they actually used Polaroid backs and Polaroid pack film in different ways to do an overview of the shot intended. So I've done the modern version and used the D7200 to take some test images to see if it is what I want. So in this instance, we're going to do two pictures. One with just the strobe, which I'm going to show you in a second. And we can see here how here we have some arts and crafts paper as well. This is a gold version, so it's reflective, and we have the Young New Speed Flash here with the 1 remote unit on it. So this is actually it's set on, what was it now? 1/8 power at 50 millimeters. So this unit will actually reflect in this here, so it's set on a low setting. So it's going to be a fill flash. We have the main unit is the strobe, but this one is going to bounce on this and give a little bit of a warm tone on this side. So the bananas that are yellow will get a bit of golden sheen on them, minimal at least. And the apples, as you can see, this one is raised up by another one of these little metal pieces. Ah, shit. There we go. So somewhere in the middle here will be the focusing point for the 645, and yeah, we'll do it first with the just that flash unit. So we're gonna change the position of the camera a little bit, like so, and I'll show you the rest of the setup. Okay, so as you can see then here, we have the 645 on its tripod, and as we go around, let's see, yeah, there we can get most of it in the picture frame, our little setup, and up here, let's see now, there we go. So as you can see, I know how the Comet speed, or rather strobe here. It's powered on, we have the cable in it, and this is part of the little flash accessory kit. It's a miniature softbox that I've just put over it, and it's held in place with a few strips of Scotch tape here. So yeah, anyway, so what we're gonna do in the first one is that we're just gonna use this one and fill it in, because this will actually bounce a little bit on the golden card as well. And then we're gonna do one with both the strobe and the speed light, so we have a combination of the two. But now I'm gonna just pan over and you will see me doing the shoot in question. So take care. Okay, so here we go then. I'm gonna do a little bit of a voiceover with this. So first of all, we're gonna have the Shepherd light meter, and as I showed, you take the PC port, put it in here. Yeah, it went off. Usually it does that. It's nothing to worry about. And basically you just hold it over the subjects that you want to shoot, and there we go. And we get a number 16, so we turn this to 16, and that gives, when we do that, we have the receptacles here then, so it shows us, if we recall it, 16, and we get a, let's see here, we do something like this as well. As you can see here, you have the PC port on the side here, where it's set to 1/60th of a second, and if we do a recall here, you see the number 16 on the dial here, and that gives us a aperture of f8. So that's what we're going to set the 645 to when we do this picture. So now we're going to do a little bit of composing of the image, and we'll see how it goes. set the aperture on the lens to f8. We have 1/60th of a shutter speed, and we'll see here now in the viewfinder. Now I can see a little bit of the back apples, the stand that it is, so I need to do a little bit of a shuffle around here, and we'll see what we can do. A little bit raised up and a...
Yeah, that's nice. Have a look around the edges to see that nothing white is showing. Let's see. One other thing we can do is to lower the camera a little bit. Go and tilt it a little bit up.
There we go. I think I'm pleased with that. We have the PC port in here, and now it's, let's see here now. Before we take the picture. Okay, we'll just put the camera on, so we have power. And now let's see here. And the shutter, the finder here as well, it says that we are too dark, but we'll just now take off the dark slide, put it in the dark slide holder, and here we go. Done. That was the first exposure. So now what we're gonna do is to put on this little gizmo. There we go. I'll just put you there. Have a look at this. You can always look in the reflection here to see that, yeah, that looks about right. Also, there we go. And I'm just gonna do a test fire now with the remote to see that everything is working the way it's intended. That's on, and that was off, so now that's on. And it seems like both are working. Let's see now. One more test. Yes, both are working. And now it's just a matter of just before, because now we have introduced more light. We can't just take the picture because now we have more light. And we'll just do, whoa. Good thing there is a strap. Try to shoot these off simultaneously. Okay, for this time we got a, see a recall, yeah, we got a exposure value of 18, and that says that we should put the aperture on 11. But I think we're gonna do 1/3 dark, 1/3 more open. So instead of 11, we're gonna, rather on this one, you can't really do half increments. But yeah, I think we're gonna trust we're gonna trust the Shepherd and put it to f11. Just put that in there. There we go. Frame 2, and we'll have a look again. That
everything as it should be.
Here we go. Works beautifully. So yeah, now the first shoot is over, and we'll see you in the next clip. Okay, now let's see here. Yeah, next one we're gonna do a crystal decanter. So this is gonna be a little bit more of a, this time we're not gonna use flash. This is a little bit of we're gonna go from a little bit of a different. We're going to use the two IKEA bed lamps with remote controlled LED lights, so that we can control the color that we want, and we might also use a little LED flashlight that I have that have some filters in it for different colors. So we're going to try to use a shallow aperture here because we're using ambient light. So this time we're just going to light the scene with ambient light, and we can color it and do it a little bit wild in the other one. Okay, okay, so now we're back with another one of the... I'm going to do the decanter now. As you can see here now, we have the two IKEA bed lamps here. And they're put on that this one is shining green, this one is shining yellow, and here we have the flashlight I was talking about, and it has a red filter on it, and it's going to be reflected on this gold paper here. So as you can see, we have a total of 3 lights that is doing this, and since this is going to be ambient, we're going to turn off most of the other lights here in the room, and we will see what the Mamiya wants to have for kind of exposure on it. So this is a little bit of the setup that we have now. So yeah, we will have a look at it, do some B-roll over here, just a little quick, have a look how it all looks, and the decanter. So we're gonna try to do a fairly straight on photo of it. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so now we're gonna show here that for this picture, I believe that the best result would be yield if we put the camera vertically. So we do it a little bit more like a portrait, and yeah, that's the way we're gonna go with this. I'm gonna do a little B-roll again with this one. Don't know how good this will be, but it's just a lame attempt to try to do the B-roll that, if you can see the decanter now, how it's going to be shown in the picture. And in this picture we're actually going to use the metering in the camera, and it's going to be to try to get this a little bit of a mood in the lighting. So yeah, here we go. The thing is that when you do flash photography, you can actually take away a lot of ambient light by just having a faster shutter speed. So there we go. Now I think that we have everything is darkened up. Yeah. So as you can see then, this is the setup. And I'll just have a look now, and mic cable tanglement. We'll have a look now. See?
Yeah, still good. And we will see what type of... Maybe I put it into spot meter. Too low.
CF 4.5. And it wants a 1 second exposure.
Okay.
1 second exposure on spot metering at aperture 4.5. I think we are satisfied with it. So this is going to be a full second exposure. There we go. That was that picture taken. We're gonna do the type of flash photography that most people shun away from and that most professionals say is just BS photography. We are gonna do on-camera flash. We're gonna put the young Nuo on that camera and just do a type of self-portrait that I would like to call man in the mirror. Okay, now some people who are into flash photography might think I have gone bonkers, but we're actually gonna butcher a holy cow, and also we're gonna take a look at a kind of a topic because we have a mirror here on the wall, and I'm gonna take a selfie. So we are gonna do a selfie. We're gonna shoot into a reflective surface. This is a portrait I would like to call the man in the mirror. So, and we're also gonna go bonkers and do on-camera flash, because that's something that I know that a lot of photographers today despise when people use on-camera flash. But if you are a subscriber to Rec Toby, Toby and Christina, you might know that Toby talks about having flash on the camera, or at least in one of his older videos. But anyway, what we're gonna do is that I'm gonna take a selfie of myself in the mirror, and we're gonna use the flash, and as you can see, it is directed upwards and backwards. So this white background is gonna reflect some light, but also at the same time I will be able to look at this and we're gonna get some bounce flash from this. So, and actually I couldn't use the zoom lens, the 105 to 210, because it has a minimum focus distance of 1.5 meters or 150 centimeters or 15 decimeters. But this is the kit lens, the 80mm f2.8N, and I have put it on f8, and the flash is on normal or manual. It's on 35mm, which is a fairly wide angle of flash, and I have it on 1/4 power. So here we go. Just tuck the elbows in so they are in the frame, and also yeah, but as stated, what we're doing a little bit also with flash photography is that we're using a very cheap brand of color film that many people have debated where it's from and where Lomography makes their film stock and so on. So we're basically having a bit of fun. So don't take it too seriously. I'm an amateur when it comes to flash photography. This is just to show you a couple of different ways of doing it, and it's all in good fun. It's all for a laugh. So onward to the next shoot. Okay, this time we're gonna do a portrait session. I have the little action cam set on a table here, and as you can see we have this long windowsill with a lot of orchids on it, and a chair here where I am supposed to sit. So what we have actually is that we use two flash units. As you can see here, first we have the strobe, that is the main light, and it has a beauty dish on it, and that beauty dish has a gold insert in it, so it will give it a little bit of a golden shine to it. And beneath it we have the young Nuo speed light that is set with the softbox. The reason it is in this way is that strobe is going to be my main light that is going to do the lighting of the person sitting in the chair, which is going to be me, and the softbox is actually to shine up the windowsill a little bit so that the flowers also are in this fairly decent light. And excuse me, I'm going to take a look here. Yeah, the speed light is set at 24mm and 1/8 power. So both of them will be set off by the OneSense system. And for you guys wanting to know, Philip McCordal actually made a very good review of these things. It's the Falcon eyes, and they have this little kit here, and I have modified it to my needs. So anyway, this is what we're gonna do now, and yeah, we'll see how it goes on. So now the Panasonic is gonna film this because I need the tripod that the D7200 is currently on. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. T.B.Photo and welcome back. But now you think I might have gone off the rails again because we're gonna take a picture of that flower with this camera, but then we can't use this and 105 to 210 because this can't focus close enough. So what are we gonna do? Well, this is one of the bonus features actually. So here we go. There we go. This is the Mamiya. I can never remember the focus length. This is the Mamiya 80mm 1.4 f4 macro lens with the extension tube that should always be with this lens. Don't ever buy this lens without this extension tube because otherwise you won't get the extreme close focus. So anyway, what we're gonna do is remove this beauty. And then it's just to see here, where do we have the red dot on this one? There we go. There you see, this is now the macro, and we have it to set on. Let's see here. You can set the front here with this little silver button. You can always both have it as a normal 80mm or as we have it now as a macro. So let's have a look, shall we? I think it's this one we're gonna take a picture of. There we go, but we have a problem. We can't really take the picture like this because, excuse me, we can't really take the picture like this because if I would do a meter on it, let's see, take out the dark slide, and we'll put it on spot meter. Well, theoretically we would be able to take this at 1 second, but I want to use flash, so what are we gonna do? Well, first we take this little, what is it, a 67mm. And there you go. This is the Sunpack Auto DX12R, and this is a flash ring for a camera. So I can actually I have this on order now. I have it at 100 ISO, and it goes between 4 to 1/16 power. So let's see, we're going to tighten this color up a little bit, like so. And I'm gonna put it over here, see if it's still in focus. Let's tighten that up a little bit, shall we? And there we go, and I can always, yeah, there we go, that's good. Just have this little lamp button that will actually ignite these so that you can, there are actually some LEDs in this, 4 LEDs. As you can see, like so much. You can see it. So, and this can really help with doing a good exposure. So I have that tight, and we'll grab the trusty little
the shepherd, and I can do this one here and this one here.
well, it doesn't really seem to work, so we'll have to guesstimate. So I will put this on 1/8 power. And this lens is currently now on aperture 1/8. There we go. And then it's just a matter of
checking focus.
And here we go. Pretty simple actually. I think we might do a bracketing, and I will go from 1/8 to 1/4 power. So we have 2 shots and with 2 different flash settings. So we will see how it turns out when we have developed the pictures. But since we're also photographing a white flower, we have a lot of bounce back as well. So we'll see what we get. Yep, we have done 9 exposures thus far. So yeah, that's it. And for macro photography, here I have a really great combination. The 80mm and the Sumpac DX12R. As you can see, do something like that and do a little bit of a promo of it. Let's see what we can do. As you can see, so the setup here is actually quite simple. You have the Sumpac, you know, it's cable fed to the front here where the flash unit is, and the 80mm macro. Otherwise, this works exactly like any other Mamiya lens. So you can see, it's a really cool, usable system. So yeah, okay, but we'll see how it goes. And in the next video, we'll have the pictures developed and scanned, and we might look in Lightroom to see how it goes. But anyway, this is Tobias Bergström from T.B.Photo X 1.5 to FX, and as you're supposed to say in this YouTube malarkey, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care from now on. Bye.